Hi guys, this is Set 3 and Pass, and this is another deck profile, and today we're bringing you Drytron. This is a deck I got online in the hopes even to flip it before the October ban list, because I think these guys will definitely get a hit to at least something, because I haven't played this deck for that long. However, it is really strong from when I've been playtesting and doing online. This is a deck I'll be taking to the locals to see how well I do. Again, we'll see how good it does at the locals as well. Right, so let's just go into it. I'm by no means a awesome Drytron player, so I'll try to rationalize my thoughts behind some of this. The deck is as it is, as I got it. I've just added a few bits and pieces to make it a little bit more for the locals, because that's what you should be doing. You should really be making a deck to counter some of the stuff that you're going to encounter in your locals. And I'll tell you some of the choices there. Right, so I have 3 Drytron Alphas. Again, amazing card. You pitch another Drytron name or a ritual monster and you summon him and he gets another ritual monster. Most of the time you go into Ben 10. Zeta, he is just the opposite of Alpha, but instead of getting a monster, he gets a ritual spell card. So amazing card. If you have Alpha and Zeta in your first turn and your opponent doesn't stop you, it's pretty much game 2. It's very hard for them to sort of come back from a full board of Drytron that ends in Appaloosa, a Herald of Ultimateness with at least 4 negates in your hand, and a Beatrice. It's very hard for them to sort of come back on that board. It's very hard to break that board, unless of course you have Dark Ruler no more. And then we have 3 Gammas. Again, this is an amazing card. He's the Monster Reborn of the deck. You pitch a ritual monster or a Drytron name, and he gets, once he's summoned, special summon, sorry, he special summons another Drytron. So you could literally pitch a Drytron, special summon him, special summon the Drytron you just pitched all in one go, and that's why he's there for. And then we have 2 Deltas. Again, Delta is one of those where you special summon him, you reveal a ritual spell, a ritual monster, and you get to draw a card, and that's pretty good in the late game where you're trying to grind. Usually this deck doesn't really grind, but when you do need to, he enables it. And the last one, which I think is a questionable choice, is Beta Rastaban. And the reason why I've got him is because if any of my Drytrons get banished, I can use him to bring him back. But the other thing, he's just a name in the deck. So as many names as I can see, the better for me. And then we have the Drytron spells. The way I say them is their names as well. So I've got 2 Cyber Emergencies. Again, this is amazing because they're just names. You activate it, and even if they're droll, at least you'll get a Drytron name to hopefully continue your combo underneath droll. Then we have 3 Novas. Again, amazing card. It is a staple. Summon it, get a Drytron name, use Link Kribo, or use a Drytron in your hand. Basically using this to get a piece that you do not have. And then 2 Fafnirs. Again, these are just names. I just wanted to maximize on Drytron names. So I believe in this deck I have 20 Drytron names. I count all of these guys as names as well, and I just want to maximize how many I'm getting. Now this deck is actually 39 cards, and I'll show you why it's 39 cards. So the chances of me opening one of these names and 2 of them actually in the first hand of going first is about 87%, so more than likely you're going to see them. It does, however, really hurt when you see something like double Fafnir or double Nova or just the same Drytron cards. But again, you want to get as many names as you can so you can hopefully start your combo. So that is the Drytron part of it. And then I am going to show you the ritual part. So I have 1 Ben 10. Again, amazing card, always use it to get something else. 1 Editen. Its second effect, where you summon it and you get a Drytron, you get a ritual spell back, is really good. I play 1 Natasha. I'm thinking about maybe side decking it, but Natasha is amazing. And when you do summon her and she grabs a monster from your opponent's side, it does really hurt. Again, Ultimateness, he is the only reason to actually play this deck, I think. Literally Omni Negate, and he can keep negating. Doesn't matter how many times, not once per turn, is an Omni Negate. It's amazing. The only way to out him is either you tribute him, maybe droplets, or Dark Ruler no more, but it's really hard to get rid of him on the board, especially when you have something in your hand to negate. Pitch a Fairy, negate, spell, trap, or monster effect, and he can keep doing that. He can chain in multiple chains. And then we have Mishonis. Again, Mishonis is the plan, if I do get drolled, is to get him on the board as fast as possible. amazing 4000 attack, and if you do summon him with Drytrons, he gets to attack every single special summon monster your opponent has, and his other effect is really cool as well. In your opponent's main phase, it's a quick effect. You can banish up to 2 Drytrons because they have 2000 attack, and what he does is he actually destroys 2 cards. It doesn't matter, 2 face-up cards for every 2000 attack that you've sent. So if you send 2 Drytrons, that's 4000, you get to pop 2 cards. You send 1 Drytron, that's 2000, so that's 1 card. So he's pretty good. And of course we play just the 1 Drytron Metronis. I think 1 is enough. 2 is a little bit too much because you're only ever going to need 1. And if your opponent does DD Crow or remove this, it's pretty much game anyway, because you want to use this as much as you can when you do get it. You don't want to sort of keep it for later, but in the grind game you might need it. But yeah, I think 1 is good. And then we have the fairy package. Again, 3 orange lights, Herald of Orange Lights. Commons cannot afford the ultimates. Again, I think hopefully they don't get hit, but it's one of those things where I think it's about £80 a card at the moment to just one of the ultimate rare ones, and yeah, that's just way too much money. Then we have 3 Diviners. Again, Diviner's amazing. Summon it, you go into your Beatrice combo, then you pitch something, and then you get your Herald of Orange, or pitch Ava, sorry, get these 2 again, and these are 2 negates. So essentially these are the hand traps of the deck, and Orange Light is a hand trap by himself anyway, but yeah, these are the hand traps, so we don't play that many hand traps. And of course to Ava, amazing card. Use it, pitch it with Beatrice, then you banish something other than him. Usually you're going to banish the Herald of Divine Light, the Synchro Monster to get something else, and then get these 2, and you got 2 negates in your hand. So that's the fairy package. Okay, right. And then we have the hand traps of the deck. So the only hand traps I'm running at the moment are 3 Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion. This is the only hand traps I think I will need, is because there's so much interaction with the graveyard, and I think these are the ones. And also I thought about adding in Ash, but I'm not entirely sure because the locals I go to, people use their graveyards a lot. There's a lot of Eldritch, there's a lot of just graveyard eccentric decks, so I thought this would be the best one. And again, I also have the negates via Herald of Ultimateness, so that's another thing. And then the one-off spell cards, I have a Foolish Burial. Again, amazing. Pitch another Drytron, get a Drytron. Pitch Ben 10, or just you need to pitch stuff to get stuff, and this is one of the best ones. I thought 1 Call by the Grave, you have to play this card. It is just a one-off, but when it does come up, it's very pivotal. And the Upstart Goblin, that's why I say I have 39 cards in the deck, because that is literally just a -1. I don't know why this card is still not banned, because it's ridiculous. It makes decks like these have so much more consistency. Okay, and then I will go into my extra deck. 1 Elder Entity Entis, again, pitching with Beatrice. If I am feeling confident and I think I need to get rid of something on the board, or I'm under pressure to get rid of something on the board, I will use Entis, pitch it with Beatrice, and hopefully pop something on the field. 2 Herald of Ultimateness. Again, Herald is an amazing card because you pitch it with Beatrice and you get a free search for a ritual monster or spell, sorry. 1 Beatrice, Lady of the Eternal, amazing card. The combo is you get Eva, you pitch one of these, Diviner. Diviner becomes a level 6, and then you special summon a Ben 10 or a Eda 10, and then you XYZ into this, and there's your Lady of the Eternal. And then I have 2 Mubeta Fafnirs. Again, essential card. I think 2 is correct. 3 is possibly too much because you can. I've never had to have the need to go to 3 because I usually just bring him back from the graveyard. And yeah, I think 2 is good. You pitch him. Usually the pitch is Gamma, or the piece you don't need, because Gamma will extend your board. Right, and then I have the Zeus package. So I've got 1 Lyrilusk. Again, Lyrilusk is just in case I get drolled and I cannot use Fafnir's ability. So what I'll do is instead I'll use my Drytron names to go into Lyrilusk and hopefully stall them for a turn or two. Because when you detach monsters, well, she cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. So essentially, you put it in defense mode, they go into a draw phase, you detach and you sort of just wait and see what they can do. They can get rid of it, you know, they can tribute it, kaiju it, all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, it is one of those stall things. Then I have one Downerd into Zeus. Again, having 2 material Zeus in this deck is really, really easy because you can get Mubeta Fafnir with 2 materials and then get Downerd and then get Zeus and then you've got 2 board wipes. This card is absolutely insane. Yeah, it's really insane. Then for my Link monsters, 1 Link Rebo, 1 IP Masquerena. IP Masquerena is to get names on the board, so then on the main phase I can go into Appaloosa to hopefully stop some of the monster effects, you know, stop them from, you know, activating hand traps and all that good stuff. Usually with the combo that I have, I end up with a 4 negates on this, and the minimum I always end up with 3, so it's not too bad. Appaloosa and Herald of Ultimateness, yeah, that's just really hard to crack. 1 Nightmare Phoenix and 1 Unicorn. Again, if you don't have enough materials for the Appaloosa with the IP Masquerena, you go to either one of these 2, and that's another disruption that your opponent has to deal with. And the last card, I have Borrelsword Dragon. I wish it was an access code talker because I think that would be the correct card to have. However, you know, access code is what, £100 nowadays? It's way too expensive, so I think this is the right card. And again, it is pretty much 1 turn kill, because if you have any Drytron, attack with the Drytron, and that's about 8k damage because he can attack twice. And that's pretty much the main deck with the side, just side left now. Right, so the side deck cards are pretty much for going second. I've got the Dino Wrestler Pankratops. I have him because we do have a couple of players who play Shaddoll. If they get Winder on my turn, then if I have this card, summon it, attack over Winder and sort of just continue as normal. And then I am playing the Cypher Gamma package with the driver. Again, this is the best hand trap. It's just one of those things, because I have so many cards in there I can take out, I can pretty much add this. If my opponent's running a really hand trap heavy deck or Nibiru or anything like that, I think this is the right thing for the situation. Speaking of 3 Nibiru, loads of combo heavy decks nowadays, and yeah, hopefully this stops them. It has backfired on me loads of times where the token I've given them is really hard to remove, but yeah, Nibiru stops combo decks, great. And then I have Dark Ruler No More. This is mainly for when they set up a crazy board and negates. I think this card comes in really handy to just sort of pause everything for 1 turn and see what I can do. And then I'm playing 3 Infinite Imperms for the game 2. If I win game 1, go into game 2, I need negates. So this side deck is heavily based on going second, which people normally do. And I have the 1 Red Reboot, again, amazing card. The only thing I would change about the side deck is getting a Imperial Order and maybe swapping out the Dino Wrestler or one of the Gammas for it, or one of the Nibirus for an Imperial Order. So I think that's what I would change. Anyway guys, thank you for watching my deck profile. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any questions or any tips or comments on how to improve the deck, I would greatly appreciate that. Do comment, subscribe if you feel like it, if you're enjoying the content. And again, do leave a comment. It does motivate us to make more of these videos, and hopefully we'll get some more deck profiles for you guys and maybe some other content as well in the week.